Listen up so you can breathe easy. Inhaling fiberglass particles worsens mold issues. Duct systems are commonly lined with fiberglass that gets airborne, and the particles are inhaled. Sometimes there is even fiberglass inside your air handler, where all of the air from your HVAC system gets pumped into your home. Fiberglass is like cotton candy for fungus. If you have fiberglass in your home, you're going to want to hear this. This video will discuss mold, fiberglass, fogging with EC3, and what you need to know to breathe easy before you buy, renovate, or rent. Let's start by sharing what fiberglass is, and then we'll get into why you should care. It's a common type of fiber-reinforced plastic using glass fiber. It's often used as insulation, but also used in boats, cars, aircraft, roofing, pipes, and more. In 2023, California banned the use of fiberglass in mattresses and furniture, stating that the fiberglass particles can potentially get dislodged and launched into the surrounding environment, which can cause skin, eye, and lung irritation. So why should you care? Mold, like Aspergillus and Cladosporium, along with other VOCs like benzene, love fiberglass and may be related to poor indoor air quality and the sick building syndrome. Fiberglass dust particles range from 1 to 1,000 microns in size, which means they're not visible to the naked eye. What exactly is fiberglass dust? Well, when we trim or saw fiberglass, it sheds off tiny particles. These particles are commonly known as fiberglass dust. You can't see the fiberglass dust with your naked eye. However, if you were to put it under a microscope, you'll notice that fiberglass dust is white and looks fluffy. When observed under lights, you'll be able to see a slight shine too. But don't be fooled by the small size and harmless appearance of these tiny particles. If you're exposed to fiberglass dust for long, it can be harmful to your health. For example, it may cause skin irritation or make it difficult for you to breathe. So, it's essential to clean up fiberglass dust as soon as possible. So now we know that fiberglass can become a health hazard. So how can you tell if fiberglass dust is affecting your health? The symptoms may vary from person to person, but fiber dust can generally irritate the eyes, skin, and respiratory system. There isn't much research regarding the matter, but if fiberglass dust reaches the lower regions of your respiratory system, it can get hazardous. You may experience some of the following symptoms if you're in an area with high levels of fiberglass dust: cough, pressure in the eyes, dry skin, sneezing, breathlessness, irritated eyes, sinus issues, or inflamed tongue. If you experience any of these symptoms, we suggest hopping into a shower and getting into a different set of clothes. But most importantly, move away from the contaminated area. So how do you get rid of fiberglass dust in the house? Unfortunately, a sweep across the house is not going to help get rid of fiberglass dust. Cleaning up fiberglass is a bit more complicated than that. So let's take a look at what you need to do to get rid of fiberglass dust particles completely from your home. Step 1. Wear protective gear. Before you start looking for fiberglass, you need to ensure you are well protected. You need to get some protective gear for yourself to keep your body safe from the particles. Wearing goggles and a mask will stop the dust from getting into your eyes, nose, and mouth. It's best to wear clothes that cover all your skin to prevent any skin irritation. We suggest long sleeve shirts, pants, and not to forget gloves. Fiberglass dust can also get stuck to your hair, which is why we suggest wearing a cap to prevent scalp irritation. Step 2. Locating the source of contamination. Now that you're dressed appropriately, it's time to find the contaminated area and the source of the fiberglass dust. The fiberglass dust can originate from your insulation or air duct system. Unfortunately, you will have to replace your whole air duct system if it's from the air duct, as removing fiberglass from that is impossible. Step 3. Clearing your house. Before you start cleaning up the contaminated area, it's best to move out your furniture. Once you've emptied the room, you'll have more space to work with. That way, you can also clean more thoroughly. You won't have to worry about any fiberglass particles hiding underneath the furniture. Plus, clearing out space will make it easier for you to move around. Keep in mind that some items cannot be cleaned. For instance, sheets, Beddings and carpets are impossible to clean as fiberglass dust particles will remain stuck inside them, so it's best to discard these kinds of items. Step 4. Use a cold mist fogger like the EC3 sanitizer fogger to bring the fiberglass dust out of the air and onto the surfaces. This will also help to rid the air of mold spores and mycotoxins that adhere to and grow on fiberglass. Fogging can also be a great way to bring those particles out of the air during deep cleaning after fiberglass removal. Please note, never fog fiberglass. Step 5. Use a HEPA vacuum cleaner. To clean up the area, it's best to use an OPA or HEPA vacuum cleaner, as these vacuums are designed to catch microparticles like fiberglass dust. Clean the rest of the house. After you've tackled the contaminated area, it's time to clean up the rest of your house. Vacuum around all the rooms and mop the floors. When you start moving back your furniture and other stuff, it's a good idea to clean them before putting them back in their place. We'd also suggest giving the ceiling, walls, and floors a good scrub. If you have ceiling fans and lights, now's your chance to clean them too. If you feel like the task is too much for you to handle alone, you can consider hiring a cleaning company. Step 7. Ventilate your house. Hold on a minute. Don't just settle back into your house just yet. There's one last step left. You need to make sure your house is properly ventilated to make sure you get rid of all the fiberglass dust. Open the windows and allow fresh air to enter your house. We'd suggest leaving the windows open for a good 24 hours. It might also help if you have a HEPA air scrubber, as it can get rid of harmful particles. We hope this explains the importance of getting fiberglass out of your home and a safe way to do so. You can learn more at microbalancehealthproducts.com.